Hi everyone, happy Monday and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. I'm going to do this little announcement first in case you didn't see at the end of last week's video. So I am doing a super special thing next year. We're going to be doing like a fun little pool just for fun of like next wedding, next baby announcement, next baby being born, like guessing when that's going to happen in the show, and I will put your username and what you've guessed in my little calendar here. Sorry if this is a little convoluted. I'm going a million miles a minute in my head, so if you want to leave that down in the comments and we can see who gets the closest and just have a little extra fun on this channel. So that's that, and let's get right to today's recap. So I missed like a smidge in the middle due to like a 5-second special report, so I'll let you know like when that happened in the break here, because I really think I only missed like 2 things, but like then I'm good, I'm covered. So let's get right to it. At the Metro Court, Anna comes over to Dante. She knows about Charlotte and Lulu. Griffin told her, hope he doesn't mind. So Dante and Lulu don't seem to be on the same page with how they think they're getting custody or visitation of Charlotte, because he thinks they're just gonna like, you know, talk and, you know, talk it out and decide, and she's already at Windermere. So Dante always wanted to have a little girl, and, you know, it didn't work out when he and Lulu tried, and then he feels like he's being selfish, and Anna says he's not, he's being human. So Dante wants to welcome Charlotte, but he's worried he's not a big enough person, and Anna says that he's just mourning the thought of having another child of his own, and Charlotte is a part of Lulu and Rocco, and that makes him a part of him, or makes her a part of him. So Dante makes his concerns known about inevitably having to let Valentine into their lives, and Anna says that that shouldn't be an issue because she's been investigating him and she's onto something. So now, after the report, but I don't think I missed anything here. So she tells him about the school, and she feels that she knows Valentine, but she can't place him, and Valentine taunts her, which is fine because she thinks that'll cause him to slip up. At Windermere, Lulu lets Valentine know she's ready to fight for Charlotte, and he says he doesn't intend to fight. You want Charlotte? You can come visit Charlotte. She's right here. She's right behind me. So Lulu won't let him get away with this like act, because she says she knows him for who he is. You know, he killed Nicholas. She was there. Like, she knows what happened. So Charlotte comes into the room and Nina follows, and is just as thrilled as you think she is. And again, this filter makes my eyebrows look weird. My eyebrows aren't really 2 different colors, so let's do that. Perfect. Just kidding. I'm not the governor. So Nina automatically gets defensive on Valentine's side, because why not? And Lulu asks how any of this concerns her. She's nothing to Charlotte. And I'm like, drag her, Lulu. Like, okay. I know. I know I'm like all over the place with stuff like this. But honestly, the way I see it, Nina's brother's girlfriend, Maxie, like Lulu is her best friend. Like, she knows Lulu, and, you know, with the situation that happened in Greece, like, she wasn't there, but I at least I feel she should trust the person who's her brother's fiance's best friend. Like, you know, she should be more credible than Valentine, who she like knew one day and then wound up turning him into the police. Like, that's why I'm so like against Nina when it comes to this, because it kind of annoys me. I'm going to be real. She annoys me right now. So Valentine defends Nina and says she has a place in Charlotte's life, and Lulu's like, I'll decide that. And I was like, yes, get her! So Valentine asks Lulu not to tell Charlotte that Claudette isn't her mother. You know, he wants to ease her into that news because it's going to shock her. I don't know. She had 3 fathers in like 1 week, so I think the kid will take it in stride. And Lulu thinks that he wants to drive a wedge between them and stall. So Valentine offers for Charlotte to have a play date with Lulu to see the tree lighting at the Metro Court. So Lulu gives her bow back, and, you know, Charlotte apparently was really upset she had lost it, and it's so cute, and Nina's just standing there like... So Lulu thanks Valentine for this, and Nina gets like low-key territorial, like, I'll help you with your coat, I'll help you with your gloves, I'll help you. And Lulu's like, no, I got this, and like takes over. So Nina asks Valentine, after Lulu leaves, Lulu and Charlotte leave, Nina asks Valentine if he's out of his mind. So then, like, after the report, so I don't know if I missed anything in here. So In Nina's mind, Charlotte clearly didn't want to go with Lulu. Like, Lulu had to drag her out of the house, which did not happen, even though, none of us saw that. And Lulu ripped the glove out of her hand. Yeah, a little bit, but, like, let her put her glove on. Who are you, Nina? Exactly. And he's like, I just wanted to avoid open warfare. So she thinks Lulu doesn't intend to share Charlotte once Misha discovered she could step on a button and make it make noise. So she's good now. She got it out of her system. So, okay, so he says he's being strategic. If he's being honest and Lulu tries to pull something, he's laying the groundwork that he's the more reasonable parent. So, hopefully, it doesn't let it get to that. And he thanks her for defending him, and they defended each other. And oh my God, we're so good at defending each other. Oh, let's be in love. Back at the Metro Court, Anna and Dante come off the terrace, and Lulu is there with Charlotte. And Anna is going to take her downstairs for a few minutes to see Emma. But is Emma really there? You will find out soon. So Lulu asks Dante how Charlotte seems. Does she seem okay? She has Nicholas's eyes. Did you see that? She had Nicholas's eyes. And oh, does she seem to like me and this, that? And, she says she went to see Valentine. And he kind of felt left out of that decision. And she says she would have called him, but she didn't know where his head was. And he sees that, and he's okay. And he says he's good now. Obviously, Lulu has to be in her life, and he's going to be right there with her. And I was like, I knew you had it in you, Dante. I just knew it. So Anna comes back with Charlotte, and Emma! I know, I missed her so much! She got tall! So Charlotte and Emma are on the terrace, and Anna stepped away to talk to Robert on the phone, and he hit a dead end with the investigation. But Charlotte, in the interim, apparently taught Emma a song to, I don't know what I was writing, to hum, and it's familiar to Anna, and she's like, what? Back at General Hospital, Elizabeth lets Franco know the landlord called the hospital, and Franco realizes he must have left his phone at the studio. Wonder how that could, bite him. So, there's been a noise complaint about his music. It's so loud. And I was like, I wonder why. So, after the special report, Hayden is at the hospital. What? Oh, 1 second. We'll come back to that in a moment. Forget I said anything about Hayden, okay? So at the studio, Tom Baker is reaching for the cell phone that Franco left behind. Okay, so I pinpointed why this bothers me in a way I can actually articulate, and I'm not just which was my main, argument last time. This whole thing kind of makes Tom Baker the victim. And I know I kind of said that before. And it's forcing me to feel some kind of empathy or sympathy for him that I don't want to feel. Because he's a horrible person. So I don't want to be feeling that. But there's a part of me that just can't be okay with what Franco's doing. It's not about who he is. It's about who Franco is. You get what I'm saying like that? So, yeah, that's why I just feel very we're back to that argument. So, Franco's back at the studio. He had to, I don't know. So Tom is saying that he has to get out and he has to check in with his parole officer. Click, click, that's Franco's plan. Wait until Tom Baker technically violates parole and he'll be sent back to prison. So he's like, well, we'll both be in prison because I'll tell them what you did. And Franco's like, no, because I took a picture of you and I photoshopped it so it looks like you're on a beach. Or I will so it looks like you're on a beach. And after you violate parole, I'll send it to the parole officer so no one will even be looking for you. So does that mean he's gonna kill him? At the Quartermains, Tracy is reading to Hayden some celebrity magazine. Hayden wakes up and Tracy tells her about Finn's breakthrough. So Hayden tries to get up. Tracy isn't having it. She's warm. Elizabeth is coming over to give her something for the fever. So at the lab, okay, so Finn is in the General Hospital lab. He's not supposed to be there, but he is. And Brad comes in and he tells Finn to leave and Finn asks for help. It's life or death. So he's like, addicts always say it's life or death to get more drugs. And he's like, I'm not an addict. I'm close to a cure. And Brad wants the whole story. So we actually get the whole story. It's a Blackwood's syndrome. So it has a name officially. Brad has heard of it. It's mostly in Oceania and there's never been a case here. And he says I think they said Oceania, but him and his wife contracted in New beginning, you know all that. So it stops cell regeneration, which causes organ failure, and the Zen is to power through and temporarily boost the immune system. So Brad gets that connection now. He came up with that. Finn didn't have to actually tell him that part. So he says Hayden has it, and it's accelerated, but he did find a cure. So at the hospital, no, now we're back up here where I thought we were before. So now Hayden is at the hospital, so I can only assume when Elizabeth got there, she saw the fever, called sepsis, and was like, we gotta get her to the hospital. That's what I think. If you actually saw it without the special report and I'm wrong, let me know. But if I'm right, let me know too. I'm always right. We know that. So Hayden's at the hospital. Her sepsis is back. They need to sedate her and put her unconscious so they can cool her down. And she wants to see Finn, but there's no time. And she makes Elizabeth promise to find Finn and tell him that she's there. So Elizabeth calls Finn, tells him Hayden's here with a high fever, and she's scared. They're both scared. Hayden thanks Tracy for everything, and she might not make it through the night. So Finn took the cure sample from the lab to give Hayden, and Brad's like, so does he think that he's like, he's actually an addict and he lied about that, or he just, he did something without telling me. So the other doctor in Hayden's room leaves, and Finn says he thinks he found the cure. It's not tested, but they're out of time, so he's going to test it on himself, and it'll either cure him or kill him. Sounds good. And now end scene. So Emma's hat is adorable. It's like this maroony hat and with the brim, and oh my goodness, you know how I am about hats. I want it. So Anna asks Charlotte how she knows that song, and she says her dad whistles it to her. Oh, who could have seen that happening? So there's a flashback of Anna, obviously like in her like spy outfit and all that, and she's walking down some mysterious hallway, maybe a prison, and hearing that tune whistled, whatever, by someone behind a door. So who's that person behind the door who whistles that tune? Nina says Lulu already painted Valentine as the villain, so anything she does is going to be right, but she hopes she's wrong about all that. Lulu feels better hearing Dante say that he's on board, and she understands why he needed to take time, and this is probably one of the healthiest things they've ever done in their relationship, and I'm so proud. But she can't stand the thought of dropping Charlotte off, and she has no intention of giving her back. And I was like, see, Dante, this is where now you have to step in and be like, no, you gotta play this right. I know you hate it, but he's gonna jump on this, and you'll never see her again. So come on, Dante, come through for me. I know you can. This is why Dante and Lulu are so perfect together. I'm having feelings right now. Okay, I'm done. So Seth Baker is at the hospital. He's talking to Elizabeth, checking to find his brother because he hasn't seen him in a few days. And, Franco, would you know anything about that? Oh, yeah, by the way, Franco came back to the hospital. I should have mentioned that. So Tom escapes the cage and is super stiff. Tracy isn't supportive of the inject yourself thing. And he says Hayden woke him up and gave him a part of his life back, and all he was doing was working and looking for a cure. And, now there's so much more. And he gives her something to give the doctors and asked to make sure he's not interrupted, but Hayden starts coding or flatlining. Those might be interchangeable. I don't know. I didn't go to med school, but I've been watching way too much Scrubs, so I know the word coding now. So but yeah. So my little prediction is that he's not going to have time to now test it on himself before he tested it on Hayden. He's going to just have to inject her and be like, will it or won't it? So that's what I think is going to happen tomorrow. Just wanted to throw that out there real fast. But thank you so much for watching today's recap. I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!